Here I'm going to show you how to change your settings in the system. So first of all, you would go to the option in the right hand corner, which is going to have your name, not mine, not your settings. If you click that option, that will take you to user settings, which are now on the screen. So working from the left panel downwards, so the first one is password. Obviously, the data encryption within the system is extremely secure, as it would have to be for us to use the system, but anyone could access your system and all your data if they had your password. So of course, keep your password safe, use a strong password, and you can change it often, I would, in this account settings piece here. In your general settings, you've got your company details. So these have filtered. So when you first log in, these have filtered through from what I've put in on the master user account. You need to overwrite these with your own company details. Okay. So you need to type those in here so that they appear where they are meant to appear. That includes telephone, postcode, and all those lines there. So the first thing you're going to do is put your details into those sections. You've got some options here. I'd like you to keep those as they are. It helps us with checking the documents to have the names in capitals. And just at the bottom here, you've got the email that you'll be using to send communications through the system. So if you put your own email in there and copy the words from your email footer from your standard email client, pop them in there, and then any emails that you send from the system, from within the system, I'll show you how to do that later, will have your details on them. On the will customization side, this is where you can change what the will looks like. Okay, so you've got an option for different cover sheets, different cover photos like that, cover images, sorry. These can be changed at any time. So you can see what they look like, see if you like them, see how they print. You can also upload your own. Okay, so you don't need to upload your own logo here, that's already done for you in the system, but you can upload a version of a front cover image that you would like to use, and I can show you how to do that if you need any help. You've got options for how the text should sit on the page. So the higher this number is, for example, the higher the number is in this left box here, that will be mean the text starts further from the leftmost edge. So when you're doing your binding, sometimes you might want to be further over from the left than on a standard document, so you can have a play around with those entries there and see what is best for your document. You can choose the size of the font, you can pick a font, and you can choose certain layouts. So a lot of customization there. You can make it look exactly how you want. If there's something here that you might think, actually I would prefer this font, or I would prefer it to look like that, that's great. Send that to me if there's any feedback for this section, something that you'd really like in there, let me know, and we can see what we can do for you. So depending on what's ticked here on the left, we'll amend what the will actually looks like, the front cover of it, and then any changes that you make, you just have to click update, and that will be instant. So that will affect any documents that you view from that stage. So also affect old cases. If you go in and view the will, that will update those. Okay. As well as customizing what the will looks like, you can also customize what the invoice looks like, and I'll tell you a little bit more about invoices later. but suffice to say, you can make it look how you want. These options here, notes, terms and conditions, and the footer, you put them in here for your global settings, but then on an individual invoice you can overwrite and change depending on if you did anything specific to that client. Activity log is the bottom one on the left. Basically, this is a security measure so that if you're on a beach somewhere and forgotten all about wills for 2 weeks, but then you came back and saw on your activity log someone had been logging in every day, you'd know your password had been compromised and you would need to take action at that point. So purely a security measure. So those are all the settings that you can change within the system, and that is that.